Hey, everybody. Sorry, I am trying a new recording software and just making sure everything's okay. So, hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. It's good to be back. I'm Jody. I'm a manifestation coach. And today I'm talking about safety and success. And I'll bet it's nothing like you're thinking that I'm going to talk about to get you there. So today we're actually going to talk about lists, right? But I have a couple of lists here in front of me. One is a to-do list, which we're all familiar with. We all have lists that we make for what we have to do. But have you ever made a to-be list? A to-be list. This is my to-be list. This is my to-do list. I know you can't see everything on it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. So there's big differences between these lists. And the thing I love about a to-be list is that it makes you the person you want to be, the kind of person you want to be. Have you even thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? What kind of person it is that you want to be in life? The reason I say that is because when you are the kind of person that you want to be, that takes you places. You go places in your life. You move, you grow, you change, you morph like a butterfly into who you want to be, and you're where you want to be. You get everything you want. So let's start with, are you who you want to be? Do you even know who that is? Do you know how to get there? The how is right here in this list. It makes it very easy to understand how to do it. But I'm going to go back to a to-do list for a second, okay? Because what's the difference between a to-do list and a to-be list? What do I have on my to-do list? It's repot my aloe plant, right? I put it in the wrong dirt and it's dying, so I need to repot it so it lives, and I really want it to live. Take my dog to the groomer. I'm going to do that today. I have to go to the audiologist because I wear hearing aids now. I need to call my mother, right? We get busy lives and we have to remind ourselves to call people. I need to get my windshield replaced. All these wonderful things that we have to do to keep our lives going to make it easier for us is on our to-do list, right? I need to order new things. I need to wash my shower liner because it's getting moldy. All these things in our day-to-day life. And we get them done quickly, and things get added onto the back end, and it's a never-ending cycle of things we have to do, right? It's kind of a stressor in a way to get all these things done, and it's a never-ending list. It's stressful. I wish I didn't have to do it, but that's the way our lives are, and we need to get them done. And I don't know about you, but if I don't write them down on this list, I'm going to forget, and they're never going to get done for a long time. Possibly bills aren't going to be paid. It's stressful, but we do it because we have to do it. So what's the difference with a to-be list? A to-be list is something we want to do, right? So give you an example if you still don't understand what I'm talking about yet. A to-be list is things that we want to embody in ourselves. We want to be these things because they're going to make us feel good. They're going to make us feel better, right? A to-be list sets us up for success. So what's on my to-be list is very different than what's on the to-do list. So what do I want to do? Or what do I want to be, rather? Not what do I want to do? What do I want to be? I want to be brave. I want to do things that make me a little nervous. And I want to be brave. And even though they make me feel nervous, push through and do these things anyway. So I said that this list is going to show you how to be, right? You figure out what you wanted to be first, And when you realize what you want to be, then you say, how do I do these things? And then the to do comes in. It comes into play, and you know what to do to get where you want to be. I'll go into this a little further if it's still not making quite enough sense for you. So, I want to be brave. What do I need to do to be brave? I'm brave here. I'm brave in a lot of places in my life, but there's places that I'm not brave. I'm not brave in talking to family members sometimes and telling them how I really feel, right? I get nervous about that. Do any of you get nervous when you have to talk to family members and you really want to be authentic with them, right? I'm the baby in my family. So I find in family dynamics, you stay in the place you are no matter how much you grow up, right? I'm still the baby. They look at me as the baby. Sometimes they don't even, I have an older brother and sister and my mom, my dad's gone. And sometimes they don't even ask me if I want to do things. They just tell me this is what they want to do, or this is what they really want. And I'm expected to just say, okay, because I'm the baby. Well, I get frustrated with that. And I want to start telling them, I don't want to do this anymore. Think of me on the same level of yourselves. Ask me. Don't tell me this is what you want. Ask me if this is okay. Right? And that's going to be a little nerve-wracking for me to say, but how do I be brave? How do I become this person of being brave? I have to push through that fear is what I need to do. I need to come up with a specific thing that I want to talk to them about, maybe what I just explained to you, and come up with a day and time that I want to talk to them about this. And every time we do something that takes us out of our comfort zone is actually a really great thing. Every time we get out of our comfort zone, we grow. And when we grow, we we get better at things. We learn. We do it and we say, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I could probably do that more and think of something else we want to do. Right? So I'm going to push through that fear. And really, it's just a small step for me to do that. It's not, going into the red, right? I use a traffic light as an analogy. Maybe I'm going into the yellow, right? When we stay in the green, we stay in our comfort zone. So I'm going into the yellow and I'm pushing through that little bit to talk to my family about these things. And then I know from experience of pushing myself through fear in other things, I'm going to stop. It's going to be over. And it's going to be like, that really wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'm going to keep going with other things. And that's how I'm going to do it. Okay. So you think about what you want to be. You think about how you could be that. And then you figure out what you need to do to be that thing. It's really that simple, right? I mean, other than pushing yourself through to do something. What's another one I want to do? I want to be present. I want to be present all the time. When I'm coaching, I am present. I'm probably never more present than when I am coaching. But again, there's other parts of my life that I'm not present and I'd rather be more present. How many times are you listening to somebody and your mind kind of goes off into something else, right? And then you come back, you hear what they're saying again. And you could possibly not even be present and know to go, mm-hmm, or smile, or that's, even though you're not really being present. I know this is a terrible thing, but I want to be truthful and be my authentic self here with you. So, what can I do to be more present? Think about it, right? How do I do that? What am I going to do? I'm going to think about it more. I'm going to think while in my presence of staying in that presence, right? So, that's going to lead me to stay there even more. Really embody your presence. And I know I can do that because I love embodiment. And I'm going to get myself to stay there even more. I know I do it with my husband. So, what is something you can do to be present even more, right? Think about it when you're in your presence. Stay in your embodiment and be there. If you like that one, let me know in the chat for these. If you fear something and you want to push yourself through, if you want to stay in your presence, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what your thoughts are. We can share with each other and learn from each other. I learn from you guys all the time. I'm constantly learning from my clients, right? I give them something, they give me something. I love that it's a two-way street like that. It's never just a one-way street when I'm coaching. Um, Another one is to be peaceful. I want to be more peaceful. For me, that's kind of an easy one. I already meditate. I should meditate even more, right? I should do that. But what is something you can do to be peaceful? What do you need to do? How can you do it? And think about other things. I've given you a few now. Think about other things that you can do to be who you want to be. Really give it some thought. Sometimes I'll have a gummy, I'll have some CBD to relax myself, right? Maybe even a little bit of THC in there, like the legal amount you can have. It's very little. But if I really want to relax and come into my embodiment, maybe on a weekend when I'm not working, I'll do that. And it puts me in a state and it gives me a little push. It helps me. And I can come into a thought process that I don't normally go into. And it helps me be more peaceful. And with that, sometimes I think of more things that I want to talk about on here. So let yourself get help if you need help. That can also be in the form of a friend or a family member or anybody, right? A coworker that that you feel yourself in a safe space, right? In the beginning, let me get back to that again. I talked about safety and being successful. When you are feeling who you want to be, that means if you're comfortable in that, you already are in a safe space. You feel safe being these things. If you want to put safety on your to be list, that's a wonderful one to have. How can you feel safe, right? It's the be. I want to be safe. How can you feel safe? What do you need to do to feel safe? Are you in a container with certain people to feel and be safe? Are you in a place that you've done something a ton of times and now that now you feel safe? You just want to come up with things that already make you feel safe and why they make you feel safe. So this is how the to be list can make you feel safe and make you feel even safer. How does it make you feel successful? Why do you feel successful with a to be list? Because it takes you out of that comfort zone so you could be who you want to be. Remember, I said little steps to take you out of that comfort zone, nothing big. Little steps that you feel you can do. It might be a small step off a stairway, not a huge jump off a cliff or anything. Come up with something realistic, something small that you could do and try it. See how it makes you feel. Does that make you feel successful? I bet it will. And then you can come up with a whole new thing, or you could take that one thing and go even further now because you've done that one step. You will start to feel successful. You will begin to feel safe and you'll begin to feel successful. So let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of this. I have my link tree down there if you want to see any more about me. I've written in a book. I've done other things. Um, just if you want to know any more about me, that's fine. If you think you might want to coach with me, I also have an application form through WooFoo down there. And you can see if anything on that application calls to you. If you want to work with me, I'd love to work with you. If you just want to come here for the YouTube chats that I give to you, I would love to do that too. I love them both. So I don't know what I'm going to do for my next one. It comes to me in the moment. I like to do it that way. I love to be authentic. So, like I said, if you want to write anything down there, please do. I love to get back to you, and I hope to see you again soon, some way, somehow. Take care.